go back over that. But I have a new segment. You're the first person. It's called Your Favorite Underdog. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you're going to tell me who your favorite underdog is in that particular.
I like that.
So first one, who's your favorite underdog player in NBA history?
Dang, okay, we're going to Bill Russell.
Okay. Who's your favorite underdog entrepreneur who's built a successful company from scratch?
Scratch? Me. You hear me?
What's the biggest underdog challenge you've overcome so far?
Graduated from law school.
Who's your favorite underdog black educator who's broke barriers in the fight for educational equality?
Oh, that's tough. Dr. Terry Jett.
Who's your favorite underdog figure in black liberation movement who fought for justice against odds?
Bruh. My favorite? Bro, that's tough, bro. Oh my God. Bro, I don't know if I can give you my favorite, bro. I can give you 3 real quick.
Go ahead.
Trisha Hersey. James Baldwin. Probably Michelle Alexander. Man, that's tough, brother.
Welcome to Underdawg Talk. I'm your host, Eric Jones Jr., the underdog with the heroic heart, and I have conversations with successful underdogs. And today we have another successful underdog. We have the one and only Anthony Murdock II. He is a brother. This brother is a force to be reckoned with. Graduate of IU McKinney School of Law, lecturer at Butler University, visionary founder of Murdock LLC. He's a trailblazer, a champion of black liberation, and a master of Powerprenuership. I almost messed that up. From the classroom to the boardroom, this brother is making moves from breaking down barriers for our community. Join me in showing love to the incredible Murdock.
Wow. Thank you, brother.
Wow, no problem.
Wow, I feel special.
Yeah, I've been working on those, coming up with making people feel, giving them kind of their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
I need a fun fact from you.
A fun fact.
Yep.
A fun fact. There's no sport better than basketball. It's the best sport on the planet. I stand on that. And my favorite basketball team is none other than the Boston Celtics, my brother.
Yeah. The champs.
Oh, yes.
The champs.
Yes.
The people are hating. We've seen it in the USA. We just see it. There's a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate for the Celtics. I don't know. I could see if they was some white brothers and, you know, with Boston, you got the racism and stuff over there. And I could see why people don't like them, but I don't know. Jason's Tatum light skin. He supposed to, you know, I don't get it. I'm still confused of why my man didn't play, but it's okay because the revenge tour is coming soon, back to back. I think if we healthy, back to back. My fun fact would be, as a kid growing up, my favorite player before Iverson was Kevin Johnson. Yep, it's Kevin Johnson from the Phoenix Suns.
Why is that?
I just like the way that he played. Like, I think I like the small guards, and people started telling me I played like him before I kind of knew. So then I started watching him, and I was like, oh, okay, I see his game, and I liked him. I also like John Starks too. He's one of my all-time favorite. I think it was just something about the short, scrappy guys that I like. Like, you wasn't about to walk over them, but they would put a bucket on you too, and that's kind of how I am. Well, not nowadays. Yeah, when you get a little older and you get to walking, and I was walking and just fell, twisted my ankle.
Oh, that's that wasn't a laugh. I had something in my throat, man.
No.
I hate to hear that,
listen,
brother.
I laughed as I was tumbling and trying not to fall.
Twisting the ankle is crazy, bro.
Walking from the not the gas station, the grocery store. So I had 2 bags. I walked that way to the grocery store, and on my way back, my ankle, boom, knee went, glasses flew. It was a pole right there. I didn't fall though. So
hey, Bro said the glasses came off. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro,
and it was
that's
people
crazy.
across the street. I'm like, ooh, I know they just laughing because I don't know. Nothing broke or anything except for my ankle swelled up, but it was, yeah.
The ankle swole up?
Yeah. Yep. And my knee is, I don't know. I don't, the knee worse than the ankle and the ankle swollen, so I don't know. Yeah.
Bro, how recently was this?
2 days ago.
Father God.
Yeah. Yep. And I still had to walk home from where I was at. I wasn't too far though. I wasn't too far. I made a video about that. Cause you gotta fight through the pain.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, he said he was walking in the ankle to the knee.
Yeah.
To the glasses. The whole body.
Whole body. Luckily, I like kind of caught myself mid-air because I thought I was tumbling. And it was like a little ditch, so I would have fell into some water. It was gonna get bad. It's gonna get real bad.
And then the nerve of you to make a video. Gotta fight through the pain. Cause that's the worst part. You just want some relief. And you like, bro, I'm not home.
Home wasn't that far. Like after you go over the little thing, home's right there. But yeah, I didn't make it over there. And it was just like, wow, I've walked this walk. I walked it with CJ and just normal walk. And boom, I was like, oh, same shoes, same socks. It wasn't no different routine. I don't know.
I should be laughing this hard, bro. I needed that though.
I laughed.
Bro, I needed that, bro.
I laughed myself. So I get it. I had to laugh because I'm like, what the heck? Like, and I think if I would have failed, something would have broke. And I would have been laying there and had to call somebody. Like, hey, y'all across the street. Like, come on, help me out. But yeah, I still had to make it home. And yeah, I don't know. Recovery ain't the same. I ain't been able to hit the gym in a couple of days. But let's get into get back serious, as you would say. Can you share personal? So before we get into it, you do a bunch of different things. You're a Black liberation leader, educator, because you've taught me a lot about Black liberation that I didn't know about. You do Naptown narratives. Yep. You're a powerpreneur. You do a lot of positive things. So I just wanted to throw that out there because the questions will pertain to those different things. So can you share personal experience or challenge that inspired you to coin the term powerpreneurship and making storytelling a central part of your mission?
That's a great question, bro. So many challenges I can think about. One of the biggest challenges I've ever experienced in life, and I'm gonna figure out how to connect it to your question, was my first semester of law school. Mm-hmm. And, up to that point, I was in school hella long. So school was nothing new to me. And I was successful. I had a great GPA, went to great institutions. Man, bro, but that first semester of law school, it was different. I had 3 professors tell me I wasn't gonna graduate. I'm like, dang, I just started. I just forecasted this, manifested this negativity. And it's not like I had never experienced adversity before, but law school was a lifelong dream. And I was experiencing a lot of pressure at the time, just, life surrounding it, man. And it was probably the first time I really internalized negative self-talk from somebody else. Like I believed it. Yeah. And I was like, I really might not graduate. Because, when your grades is also looking like you're not going to graduate. And your teacher saying it is. 1 + 1 is 2. You hear me? And I was ready to go. So I really disengaged from the classroom and started investing in business. Because I'm like, I didn't work as hard as I was. At this point, I was 22. This was 2018. Like, I ain't worked this hard for literally my entire life. Just to be here now and for it to be worth me not passing. And business just became a safe space. Like the success that I was able to see in entrepreneurship was so much greater than the the feelings of success in business were greater than the feelings of imposter syndrome in the classroom. And at the time, bro, I was just cool as hell. It's popular, bro. You know what I'm saying? I made it to law school.
Yeah.
Being from where we're from, man, and it just worked, bro.
Yeah.
It just worked. And I can say in hindsight, I was running from the feeling that I might fail. Yeah. Into a space of real more comfortability where I knew I could succeed. Mm-hmm. And then, it's like, if I'm going to double down on this, I really got to be committed to it. And I just started becoming much more intentional about different things that I was doing. That year I started Powerprenuership, the process towards progress, which a lot of people don't know. That was like the origin for everything. Before there was Powerpreneurship or the Black liberation ecosystem or even sabbatical and rest now. It's a process towards progress. Desire fuels patience, and patience creates your process. And discipline fuels persistence, and persistence is the motor behind the methodology. And direction fuels progress, and progress is the steering wheel that leads and guides you towards your destiny. And ultimately, that is what produces progress. That was the origin. That was built in law school when I'm experiencing this academic insecurity, but this entrepreneurial success. I get to 2019 a year later, and Armand, he's in a mastermind too. And now he's one of my clients. And he asked me this question around basically what you just told me. And he heard the term Powerpreneurship before I had thrown it out, you feel me? But I hadn't really got deep into my bag about it. It was in 2019, and I defined it. It was in like November 2019, bro. And I finally just told people what it is I believed. And it was basically saying a lot of people go into entrepreneurship, which by definition, like from a word study perspective, is taking money. And I said, you can take a lot of things in this world, not just money. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, we experienced COVID the following year. The economy can shift in a minute, and what $1 means today and what it's going to mean tomorrow. So I said the real value here in entrepreneurship isn't even about the money. It's about the power that oftentimes is associated with money. So now I'm like, well, scratch the scratch the money. Let's make it about power. So now I started talking about powerpreneurship. And then I had to say, okay, if it's about power, then what's the through line for power? Whether I'm selling a product or a service, because that's what everybody's doing. We just sell different products and provide different services. Story. I will whisper a story into your ear in a way that makes you feel some kind of a way. Or I'll create a marketing campaign that tells the product or a story of success because someone used this product or engaged with this service. And sometimes, my brother, we will never provide a product or a service, but we will sell you a story that we think came from this product or service that will make you become what it is you want to become, or give you the feeling of what you believe is associated with the thing you want to become. And that was how I went about defining powerpreneurship as being the practice, the art of strategically leveraging the power in your story.
I love that because you basically told us the story within breaking down the story. Because I was thinking, my daughter, she's a sophomore in college, and when I told her when she first went, I was like, when you go in there, you need to learn the things that you need to come out to be a boss when you come out of school. Because a lot of times we go into school, we don't like school, but like you said, you was at a point where you was on the fence about it, but you learn what is your purpose really to go on, because you were in school, you were in the right environment, you were around the right language. And that's a lot of times where I'm at with school. I didn't like school. I didn't do good. I ain't got no rap sheet to show you that I got all these things, but I understand that education and learning is a good part of it. So now I'm able to talk to the kids about it, but it's just about being in that environment and having the knowledge that you had, because you could have came up with that, but not know the verbiage to be able to go and talk about it and explain it, or even talk to somebody, one of your homies, And he like, oh yeah, I understand that, because you could go back to where you from and try to tell somebody, I don't know what you're talking about. So it's all about being in the right environment, and you go after your dreams and goals. And sometimes you don't make it what you did, but things come along that way. So that's a good, that was good. That was good.
And not to cut you off, brother, I'm glad it resonated with you. But here's the thing, bro. Even if for the people it's not education or entrepreneurship, you talked about language. So it was about the moment, the environment. Mm-hmm. But the language, bro, even in a relationship, romantic or otherwise, if you don't speak the language of the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with, you're never going to hit, bro. Yep. You could be telling somebody, I love you for 20 years. But if you're saying it in Spanish and they speak German, it's not going to hit. It's not. Yeah. And I learned as God continues to bless me to see progress. Language, it is invaluable. And the product of knowing how to speak multiple languages is priceless, bro.
Yeah. I wish they would have told us that, when, like, really made it important.
Come on.
When we were in school, they just like, oh, you got to take another language. My daughter, just from her doing that, she went to Spain and she went to the Dominican Republic just because she spoke Spanish, and she was able to do different stuff and see the world at a young age because she learned that different language. They was just like, oh yeah, you got to take it. Not letting us know like, hey, when you get a little older, you speak a couple different languages, your pocket's gonna be gonna be fatter because you can talk to this person and that person.
Come on, brother.
And they didn't tell us that. And the crazy thing, I'm learning language because I'm reading more. I've been taking time to read. I listened to this one guy I know, and he was like, read and you journal. And I've been reading and I've been journaling, which has been very helpful. And just the language that I'm picking up out the books is being helpful, because it's like you could be the right messenger, but you don't get the message across because you don't have the language. Like you said, don't care what relationship you in, you just don't talk it. So, okay, this is kind of different, but what is the connection between storytelling, entrepreneurship, and the pursuit of Black liberation?
Storytelling, entrepreneurship, pursuit of Black liberation. We could take it step by step. Let's start with Black liberation. Liberation is a centralized experience. Mm-hmm. That's liberation. So I put that Black in front of it, right? So I can put a lot of things in front of liberation. But in order for it to be Black liberation, we think about what kind of an experience do we have to centralize? The Black experience. And the Black experience is not monolithic. It's not homogenous. Everybody ain't got it. You feel me? You go to the west side, it's going to be something. You go to the east side, it's going to be something. It's true. There's different west sides and there's different east sides. Yep. So I'm not saying there's the Black experience, but if you want to be liberated as a Black person, your experience as a Black person needs to be centralized. But we oftentimes walk into environments where we centralize everybody else's experience instead of our own. Why? It is not because we are inferior. It is not because we are less than. But how much do we control? Do we control the room? All right, we talk about walking into a room with confidence so we can what? Command the room. I want to come in there, I want to command the room. Well, it's great to command a room, which is really the people's emotions for a moment. But even if I command your emotions, that don't mean I dictate the environment.
Yeah.
That's a bar. So when I think about what power do I need to control the room, man, who paid for the room? Who owns the room? Who determined who got to be inside of the room? All of those are entrepreneurs.
Yep.
All of them, from the top to the motherfucking bottom. All of them are entrepreneurs. So when we start thinking about in a capitalistic society, how can we centralize a Black experience? It requires capital. Well, how do I get the capital? I need to centralize my own experience. Now I'm talking about other people's. It's my own. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Sense or sensational impact all across the senses. So I got to give me $1 because we got the dream. Yeah. We done had a dream for a long time, but I need $1.
Yeah.
And the dream, that's what they call $1 in the dream. That's all a brother needs.
Yeah.
And we had that dream, but not that $1. So the entrepreneurship, the Black liberation, $1 and a dream. What does the story do? I think the story, my brother, is what you sell to get the $1. The story is what you sell to get the $1, and we all got a dream.
Yeah.
Now, some of us live nightmares See, because the same thing's required to have a dream and a nightmare. You got to close your eyes. Yeah, that's why rest is resistance, my brother. That's why some of us got to rest to wake up. So prayerfully that connects those. You sell the story to make $1, which is required in a capitalistic society to centralize your experience. And that is liberation.
Yeah. No, what I took from that is everybody got a dream, but you don't got the dollar. And sometimes I'm taking myself. I've been on and off with speaking and podcasting and all that, but I ain't made the dollar. I'm in the dream per se because I'm doing what I would like to do, but I'm not making the dollar. So it's like, okay, I need to step my stuff up so I can get this dollar, and not just $1, but the dollar. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught up, or they quit. They start doing a dream.
Come on, brother.
And they not making $1, and they like, oh, well, I'm gonna just give up. I'm seeing Murdock over here, he getting it. I'm seeing such and such over here, they getting it, and I ain't making nothing. But you don't know how long they've been in there,
my brother.
You don't know how long they've been doing it, what they had to do to get there. So it's like you can live your dream, but figure out how to make that dollar, and that's where I'm at now. Because it's like, why would I keep doing something if I can't make no money off of it? Because if certain people can be in certain offices and do certain jobs and they not qualified, why I can't do what I want to do? So yeah, that I like that.
Can I give you one more off that real quick? I know you got the next question. Murder for 2 things. I'm gonna slide them in there real quick. Number one, y'all need to listen to this brother. He said not $1, you said the dollar, because everybody's dollar ain't green. All right, everybody's dollar is not green, but we all need the dollar, and the dollar is a placeholder for power. What is the metric, the currency, the venue through which you're going to leverage your power? I will sell you this apple for 25 cents because I know with this 25 cents, I ain't paying nobody's rent. But you see what it is I'm trying to say? I can do something with this 25 cents. Now watch this. But sometimes for this apple, I don't want 25 cents because 25 cents ain't no problem, but I have no peace. So if I give you this apple, give me some peace. Or if I give you this apple, give me some fill in the motherfucking blank. It is not about $1. It is about the dollar. And a lot of people also got to figure out, what is my dollar? Because some of y'all are pursuing something you don't actually need. And that's why you continue to want. Or some of y'all trying to get what you want and still don't have what you need. So that's a little part right there. Second part, I'm going to skip because I forgot. And I hate that for me, but I'm ready for the next question for sure.
For aspiring powerpreneurs who are just starting their journeys, what mindset shifts or strategies would you recommend them leverage for a power of their stories?
Yeah, bro. Again, Powerpreneurship, art of strategic leveraging the power of your story. So let's break it down. The art, strategic leverage. Creativity is God's wisdom personified. That's one of the things I learned during my sabbatical. And that comes straight out of Proverbs. So that ain't even me. That wasn't a quote, but that's one of the principles coming out of Proverbs. Creativity is God's wisdom personified. When you are creative, you are bringing to life wisdom from God. The beautiful part is that wisdom is knowledge applied. Power is knowledge shared. Knowledge is life lived. So as long as you live life, you can ultimately gain wisdom that becomes creativity. So all of us have the capacity to create as long as we live. A lot of us don't think we can be creative, me, myself included. But then I learn, as long as I'm living, I can create, because it's nothing but knowledge applied, and knowledge starts with lived experiences. So art, right? In order to what are my recommendations for the up and coming powerpreneurs? Break down the definition. Art, strategic leverage. Art, just live and live your own freaking life. Stop living for other people and stop trying to live other people's lives. Live for yourself. Learn to live for yourself. And you know, in order to do that, you got to love yourself. What is revolutionary action? Where's the revolution? So that's number one. Strategic. Strategies are important when you have an end game in mind, right? Like having a strategy with no CTA is pointless. Like there's people who claim to be strategic, but ain't done nothing. And that's dangerous, brother. I said, what? How you know you're strategic?
Yeah.
If you ain't done nothing and you claiming to be strategic, how good are your strategies?
Yep.
So what I'm also saying is once you focus on living your life, figure out what you living for. Find something to live for. Even if it's just yourself. Because a lot of people ain't living for themselves. And when you finally meet somebody who knows how to live for themselves, it inspires you to do the same thing. And now you got somebody else to live for, which is exactly what you wanted in the first place. But anyway, then you got to figure out what you want to do. So once you figure out a reason to live, that becomes a way you can strategize against. All right. Mm-hmm. If I know I want to live because God has placed a calling on my life, now I'm going to become dedicated to figuring out what that is. And I will need to employ a strategy to discover that thing. And then once I know what that thing is, I have to employ a strategy to execute that thing. And not just to do it, I got to then leverage a strategy to maintain that thing and grow that thing. So I don't become the person with one talent, but the one with two or the one with five. Art, strategic. And then leverage, my brother, which if there's anything I'd encourage anybody to do, learn how to freaking leverage. That's probably the greatest thing my dad ever taught me. How to leverage. With a wheelbarrow. A wheelbarrow, and I think they're called cricket spiders. So a wheelbarrow, when I was a kid, I learned how to work in the lawn with my hands. My mind is powerful because my hands have been through things. Like what I've touched has impacted how I think. That came from my pops. And he had me outside working. And he go to Lowe's or Menards and get, 50 bags of mulch, put them on the back of the pickup truck, bring it back to the crib, look at me like I'm supposed to do something. But I'm like, dang, brother. It's my dog, though. But dang, brother, it's my dog. And I have to figure out how to efficiently unload these bags of mulch from wherever the back of the truck is to where we got to unpack. And so me being a young macho kid, I'm going to just grab each bag and I'm taking the shirt off. And he said, hey, bonehead, that's what he called me. Don't call your kid bonehead, man. It's not a good idea. It's my dog, but don't do that. He said, hey, bonehead, you can take it one at a time. Or you can put 3 or 4 in a wheelbarrow and learn how to leverage your weight to move something. It's going to be lighter to move these 4 bags of mulch in this wheelbarrow than if you carry one by yourself. Now, my brother, here's the thing, Doc. A lot of people just want to look strong. They don't want to lay mulch. You picking up what I'm putting down, Doc? Some people just want to take their shirt off, put the bag of mulch on their back and be like, I can carry this bag of mulch. Yeah. But all they got is that one bag of mulch. But then others of us don't have a choice to walk around looking sexy because we don't even think we look good enough to take our shirts off. Yeah. We just have to do what? To get the freaking job done. Yeah. As efficiently as possible. Because the more jobs I get done, the more money I can make to provide for my family or to save myself. You know what I'm coming from? So I wasn't consumed with, I'm just trying to get this done. Yeah. Why the hell am I outside moving mulch at 7? But it taught me how to use a wheelbarrow. Yeah. And now that mindset, I'm like, my God, bro. And I did. I went from moving 1 mulch that took me 10 minutes. I can move 4 in 2. But then the cricket spiders, brother. I'm not going to go in depth on cricket spiders because people are scared of bugs. And I was at one time too, until my dad told me this. At 7, never be scared of the bug. Because guess what? The bug is scared of you. And a lot of us walking around scared of stuff that's scared of us. That's why I walk around scared at night. Y'all scared of me. I'm the one you think gonna rob you. Yeah. So why am I scared of y'all? Yeah. It's a lot of black people scared of black people. Yeah. That's nasty motherfucking work. When the world is scared of us. You know what you really are? Scared of your freaking self. And if that sounds crazy, then why you scared of me? And it's because you've dehumanized, you've internalized the hate that has been projected upon us to a point that you've learned to hate yourself in the form of hating or being scared of me. So to all the people out there that, you powerpreneurs and training, art, live life. That's how you become wise. And creativity is nothing but God's wisdom personified. 2, strategy. Figure out what you want to do. Like start with living yourself. And then develop a plan of how to do it and execute it. It's your strategy. And then number 3, my bro, leverage. Wheelbarrows and cricket spiders. And you know what? Even if the cricket spiders don't do it because you're so scared of these bugs, another one my dad gave me was this. Never let the machine be smarter than you. That lawnmower only works because you turn it on.
That's some good knowledge. That's some OG knowledge drop right there.
He ain't, and he the type to say the same thing. He ain't say much. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot. With the things he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was some good stuff right there. We're gonna just let that sizzle in. We don't even need to go back over that. But I have a new segment. You're the first person. It's called Your Favorite Underdog. So I'm gonna ask you 5 questions.
Wow.
And you're gonna tell me who your favorite underdog is in that particular.
I like that.
So first one, who's your favorite underdog player in NBA history?
Dang, okay, we're gonna Bill Russell.
Okay. Who's your favorite underdog entrepreneur who's built a successful company from scratch?
Scratch? Me. You hear me?
What's the biggest underdog challenge you've overcome so far?
Graduated from law school.
Who's your favorite underdog black educator who's broke barriers in the fight for educational equality?
Oh, that's tough. Dr. Terry Jett.
Who's your favorite underdog figure in black liberation movement who fought for justice against odds?
Bruh. My favorite? Bro, that's tough, bro. Oh my God. Bro, I don't know if I can give you my favorite, bro. Can I give you 3? Real quick.
Go ahead.
Tricia Hersey. James Baldwin. Probably Michelle Alexander. Man, that's tough, brother.
Yeah, those. I notice people do, questions, and so I'm gonna do the. I don't know if
I like that.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep the same ones for every person or try to tailor made them for each person. But I knew for you, those are good topics to talk about.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
No problem. So, Naptown Narrative.
Yeah, bro.
Season 4 is coming up.
Borski, for sure.
And it's a doc series, a collection of stories of why Naptown is a city filled with promise and culture. So share specific ways that it provides the community with education, exposure, and resources.
Man, that's good, bro. I was just talking to a good brother who might be in the room with us right now before this got on about my ecosystem, the Black Liberation ecosystem. And I'm going to try and paint a visual for the people if you don't mind. Imagine a whiteboard, all right? And man, that whiteboard in the top right corner has the world. And there's these dots. There's a dotted line that kind of secures the world in that top right corner. As you get to the center of the board, there's a series of circles. Those circles are what I call the Black Liberation ecosystem. And you know how it goes. There's a bigger circle on the outside. And the closer you get, the smaller circles become. The outside circle is Circle City Storytellers, which is the company that houses Naptown Narratives. And that circle, my brother, is what attracts the attention of the world after they've experienced my brand. Man, we see so many people, places, and things every day. Like they say we have tens of thousands of thoughts. I can imagine we see thousands of people. And depending upon what city you're in, it could be millions.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I realize after someone has become intrigued by me, I've got to give them something to stay. Right? Like people do the window shopping. Window shopping does nothing for the store owner.
Yeah.
I need you to walk inside. Right? And I can't lock you inside. Right? That's kidnapping. Don't do it. But I do want you to make a purchase. But I have to move you to the purchase. There's the window. There's the door. There's the display. There's the product. There's the fitting room. Then there's the register. And a lot will happen at the register.
Yeah.
And that's a simplification, but I'm going to analogize that to my ecosystem. In order to get my customer, her name is Ariel, which is one person in the world. She's in the bottom left corner of the whiteboard. World top right, she's in the bottom left. This whole ecosystem is for Ariel. Circle City Storytellers is the window. You hear me? Circle City Storytellers is what she sees as she passes by. And you talk about, what's the education, the exposure, the resource, the equipment. Circle City Storytellers creates this opportunity for people to see the power in our stories displayed. And that'll come through a number of things we do through that company. But the big one is Naptown Narratives. So if CCS is the window, Naptown Narratives is the display you see inside of the window. Because it's like you can walk past it, but then you're like, dang, I think I need that. So what do? You walk in the door. And now you've gone from the whiteboard to inside of my circle. And Naptown Narratives is a success story. And in order to be successful, you know this better than anybody, you got to sacrifice. Quick nugget for the people. In order for you to be successful, not only must you sacrifice, but what you choose to sacrifice speaks to your character. What you choose to sacrifice on your road to success speaks to your character. So these stories are special because they speak to the character inside of the success. That's a double entendre. The character being the person of the story we're telling. That's one of the 5 elements of a story, the character. But also the character. Like, this is the thing that people don't see. That's why it's a documentary series. Yeah. For 6 months, we followed this person who is in large part a product of the Black liberation ecosystem. So that once you fall in love with that story, one, you're going to fall in love with yourself because you see yourself there. But then you ask a question. How do I become that? Yeah. And now you're another level inside of my what? My ecosystem. So you've gone from window shopper. That was so terrible. I don't know why I sang that like that. But I went from being a window shopper to walking inside of the store. And now the next level, you go to the fitting room. And then it gets in the side hustle economy company. And then there's a mirror. It's like the mastermind. Now you see yourself in it. And then you're like, I got to go to the register. And like, that's my clients. And then you walk out of the store and you share the social media. That's my consultations. That's me going to these companies and corporations saying, look what I was able to do for Ariel. Ariel works for your company. Let me teach her how to keep Ariel like I got her. And then my close friends is like the people who take pictures of the person inside of the clothes. It's that passive engagement. Because watch, right now, this fit I'm wearing, I got on like 4 or 5 brands. And they all black on from head to toe. I'm standing on balance, period. And so these shoes might not be black on, but that balance period is. Shout out to my boy. But this is a black owned brand. This is a black owned brand. This is a black owned brand. This beautiful, bold black face is a black owned brand. And that's like someone seeing me inside of the brand that was sitting inside of the store that only could have started had it not been for the window. And that's Circle City Storytellers and Naptown Narrative become the thing that makes you walk through that door.
That was good. That was a good way to look at it from your perspective, but also someone else's perspective of what's in my system, what are people, what's in my window, what's on my display, all those different things. That's making me think, and it's making me understand where I'm at. Cause I just finished a book, so I'm writing. I got a bunch of different books that I'm working, but I was like, what can I get done quickly that can get me in schools, but also be able to help students? And I came up with a 7-step. It's called From Underdog to Top Dog: 7 Steps to Academic Success. Wow. And it's for middle school and high schoolers. Appreciate it. So it's like, okay, I got that part. That's kind of the window. It's kind of like you look at it, and then I got my story, like me going in and speaking and actually telling my story is what that'll bring them in to wanting to go to the fitting room. And then it's making me want to, listening to you sometimes making me definitely want to go home and you got to take notes. Like when I listen to the mastermind, I definitely taking notes. I'm definitely hitting pause. If it say it take an hour to watch it, I'm longer than an hour because I'm pausing every. Okay, I need to go back up 10 seconds. I need to go back because like you don't want to miss something. And sometimes, but I've also learned like you don't got to take all the notes. Sometimes people be like, I'm in this program and I didn't took all the notes. All you need to take is the notes that can apply to you. Come on, brother. I've watched a video within the first 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't need to watch this no more. I came up with the idea that I needed to, and I can move on. So it's good to have information, but don't be constipated with the information. Constipated with information is crazy. I can't miss that. And I know you got to go, but I just want to give you some flowers real quick, man, because I got to show some appreciation. Then I want to say something about what you just said. Number one,
At the heart, I'm a teacher. I talk, I teach, I tell stories. That's my three things. It's been that since I started my company. But that teaching part is no coincidence in the middle. When I first started it, it was in the middle because of the alphabetical order.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that's the heart of what I do. The talking thing, yes, God has blessed me with the gift of gab. Hallelujah. Amen. The storytelling piece, it's philosophy. It's philosophical. It's a bedrock. It's foundation. But what do I love to do? I love to teach. So when you hear somebody who in your class say that they take notes on what you, hey, bro, that warm. So just thank you. That's number one. Number two, and I'm done. But you not get excited. Just keep going back. Because I promise you, bro, the balance between taking all the notes and only taking what you need is dependent upon who you are at the moment when you receive the lesson. But that's why I record everything. Because I want you to be able to go back and say, some days just turn it on and listen passively. Other days, lock the freak in. And you know who I want to do it more than anybody else? The son I don't have yet. I do all, and that's why I respect people like yourself who actually take care of their kids. Because one day, I'm gonna have a son. And I don't want him to know who I was because of other people telling him. I want him to be able to click a button and watch his daddy. Yeah.
That's dope. And that's kind of how I am. Like I record a lot. I need to record more with me and my son so he can go back and look. Cause it could be a moment where my biological dad, he passed when I was 4. So I don't have no memories. I don't know nothing. So if something was to happen, he, like he said, he can go back and click. He can go on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. But there's certain stuff that people don't see that we connect. We was in here going back and forth. Somebody could have hit record and it would have been a little small episode or something of that sort. So that's dope that you say that about your future son. Excuse me. Cause I don't think people realize we don't cherish moments like we supposed to. And I learned that from my great grandfather. Like every time we had something, my man had the camera out. He had the camera out, we would go years later. He'd be like, y'all remember this? And I'd be like, dang, how you?
Wow.
And so I always remember that, like to take those moments. Like my son, if you go through my phone, all you see is basketball and podcast stuff. But you see all it is because I'm like, man, I don't want to delete this because it might not, I don't know if I can catch this moment again. But that's really dope to have that because I don't think people don't realize that's really what telling your story is capturing moments.
King, life is nothing but a series of moments.
Yeah.
That was why my first brand was called Moments with Murdock.
Yeah.
Because I realized I didn't take life by its moments.
Yeah.
I live life 20 years in advance. But if you always look at life for what it might be, you never appreciate life for what it is. And when you get to where you wanted to go so bad, you don't even know you got there because you never appreciated the power of where you were. So you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. Got a few more. I'm just saying, let's see which one of these I want to.
You got options.
Yeah. Okay, I got really just 2 more. You mentioned the importance of understanding the relationship between Black history and business. Give an example of a powerful Black historian figure or event that offers valuable lessons for modern day entrepreneurs.
I'm gonna be super duper controversial. Tulsa, plenty of Black people heard about it. Black Wall Street, and there's more than Black Wall Streets in Tulsa. You can think about Indiana Avenue here. Matter of fact, bring it back to the crib, make it even more common. Ooh, this about to get spicy. Indiana Avenue, right, or Black Wall Street, and there are others now, but. We oftentimes will problematize white supremacy and racism for what they do to Black minds, bodies, and spirits. And we should. It's nasty freaking work. It's diabolical. It's devilish. Y'all know how I feel about that. But can I be real with you, brother? Like super duper transparent. You know, in basketball, if I don't score as many points as you do, and the game ends, that means that I won the game or I lost the game, brother?
Depends on what kind of game.
I'd say I lost the freaking game. Because I scored less points. I wasn't trying to put you in no nasty predicament right there. I never do that. For real. It's hella disrespectful. To all you out there on these podcasts trying to play the host, you're freaking sick. You lost the game. The game ends. I didn't score so many points. I lost the freaking game. I'm be real with you, bro. We lost a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have not gotten to the politics of why we lost. All right?
Yeah.
But we lost a lot of games. A lot.
Yeah, Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not funny, bro.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of games. And when I think about Indiana Avenue and all of the efforts we have in the 21st century to attempt to revitalize or reclaim or restore all these reads the avenue. If I can be real with you, none of that's going to matter if we keep freaking losing.
Yeah.
And so when I think about a moment in Black history, not even a Black historian, but I think about that moment and what is it, how does it teach us something about business or life? Because business is life.
Yeah.
Businesses are life, have life cycles. So if I can understand how to do a business, I can learn how to live life. I think about the businesses that died on Indiana Avenue and why they died. And I'm not debating about how evil racism and white supremacy, that's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But my brother, if that's the game, brother,
Yeah.
we got to learn how to motherfucking win. And part of that comes with protection. And we have allowed narratives from whiteness, not just white people, but whiteness about black on black violence to inhibit us from protecting ourselves.
True.
We have lost a lot because we don't protect ourselves. Do you know what you do to things that you believe are valuable? You protect it. You're not going to let somebody walk up on your child if you care about your child.
Yeah.
And you might do some interesting things if someone walks up on your child.
Yeah.
Well, brother, a lot of people's business are their first baby.
Yep.
And if you're going to protect your baby, then why don't you protect your business?
Yep.
And I'm not even talking about physical violence right now. And I'll talk about it. But a lot of y'all have not legally protected your business. So even if you don't have a conversation about violence, well, if you don't protect it, somebody will commit violence against it. So why are you letting somebody commit violence against your business? By simply not choosing to protect it. Now again, told you it's going to be spicy. You can take what I just said a lot of different directions, and we should.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to.
No, what I took was the last part. You gotta have the paperwork to make the paperwork. Because like you said, you gotta, like, it's like when you have a baby, you're like, oh, mom, dad, tell me how to deal with this child. Every child is different. My mom's parents could have told her how to get ready for a child until the child comes out with a disability. Now she like, okay, everything y'all said don't work. What am I supposed to do? And your business is the same way.
Come on.
You started, you don't know what to do, but you know there's resources.
Come on.
You know there's places to go find out the information about the doctor visits, which is your paperwork and those different things. That's how I looked at it. Because I look at it somewhat the same way, like, we could have, we got legit excuses of why we got legit, but it's like, are we just gonna keep making the excuses? Because racism ain't gonna end. It's gonna be here till we die. So we have to figure out how to do the right thing so we can be in those rooms, so we can look legit. Everybody, we all know how to hustle. We all know how to, go get $1, but do you know how to build a business, something that's going to last long, something that your kids can get? And we look at the other races, they know how to do that. So You might have to ask somebody that don't look like you. Hey, how did y'all set that up? Now you can tailor make it for yourself. So it's like you got to figure out how to win. It made me think of that KG video where he was like, I'm tired of losing.
Come on now.
We got to get tired of losing.
Come on now.
And we got to stop making excuses. I can make all the excuses in the world why I can't do something. And I got a legit reason. But yes. I don't. I could every day. I wake up in pain every single day. I could say, oh, well, I can't do this. You think my son gonna care? Hey, Dad, you said we was going such and such. We need to go there. My daughter ain't gonna care. The kids I work with, they don't care. So it's like, you got to stop caring about the pain that you're in or the pain that you think you're in and just show up to whatever you need to do. Because when you do that, the person that you're supposed to be shows up. Because you could say, oh, my ankle hurt. I can't go hoop with y'all. But if somebody was like, hey, I got $500 if you come play basketball, all you got to do is just play. But your ankle hurt. You going to not play or you going to play? You going to go and play. So it's all about what excuse you going to use to stop yourself from doing something. And I'm saying all this because I didn't take a sabbatical, but life made me take a sabbatical from stuff. And it's like I'm realizing it's all an excuse. It's all my fault of why I'm particularly in that spot. I could blame God and say, oh, well, God made me born with short arms. We could blame the white people and say, oh, the racism, but I still got to keep moving. We still got to keep moving. We know how to win. There's somebody that's won in our community. Go ask them. Stop you asking the people that's losing, and you wonder why you're losing.
Yeah, first of all, that little nugget at the end was crazy because that's a bar. And the other thing I'll say too to that, brother, is because these can become dangerous conversations. You end up blaming the people who are experiencing the loss for why they lost without acknowledging the context for the game. I'm not doing that. What I am saying is options.
Yeah.
And consequences of how you see the situation.
Yeah.
Like if you only think you're going to lose, then you're going to continue to lose.
Yeah.
If you try to win, and I'm not saying, all right, on the record, Brother Murdock is not saying that black people of the past have not tried to win. All right. We are winners simply by nature of our survival. But there's a delta. There's a gap. There is a chasm. There is a moat. I'm trying to use different words for different people, my brother. I'm speaking different languages. There is somewhere between what we say we want and what we are willing to do to get it. And what I'm saying is something got to shift. Something has to shift.
Yeah.
And I got two hands, brother. So I got two things. This gonna move or this one gonna move. Because I can't control nothing else because these are mine.
Yep.
See, when your plan includes or is contingent upon or requires, mandates, different words, different people, language, that someone else do something so you can get.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective that plan gonna be, brother. Because I can't make a grown person, I don't care what color you are, do nothing. I can barely make myself do what I know I need to do. Try and do right and I do wrong.
Yeah.
Do wrong and then I end up doing right.
Yeah.
Brother, but what I am saying is I got to know what it is I'm working with. And based on what it is I know I'm working, I got to be honest with myself. And a lot of us have impractical expectations.
Yeah. And not just on ourselves, on others too.
Amen.
Yeah. And that if you waiting for somebody to come save you, you're going to be waiting. You got to save yourself. You got to be your own superhero and pick yourself up. So my last question is, what are the key things you look to break, build, or bridge through Powerpreneurship?
Yeah. Black stories are the assets that break generational curses, build generational wealth, and bridge the racial wealth gap. So what am I looking to break generational curses? What am I trying to build generational wealth? What am I building generational wealth? And what am I looking to bridge the racial wealth gap? Let's go back to something you said in that last piece. Like, I stopped looking for somebody to save you. You save yourself. I'm going to say I can't save myself. I can't save nobody because I can't save myself. That's the beauty of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And that may not be how people get down. But I still agree with what you say. You want to know why? Because Jesus didn't say we get to sit and wait. See, that's a white man's idea, that you sit and wait in your demise, and then some white man gonna come and save you, because that's the white Jesus talking.
Yeah.
Because faith without works is dead. And a lot of people dead and walking to and from church.
Yeah.
Because all they doing is freaking waiting. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their what? Sleep? No. Slumber? No. They strength, my boy. And they gonna mount up on wings like eagles. They are gonna do what? Walk. Run. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. A lot of y'all waiting to renew your slumber. A lot of y'all waiting to renew your sleep. Now, is rest resistance? Yes, but rest came after 6 days of what? Work, my brother. Because the laugh was crazy. But that faith without works is dead, man. Yeah. And one generational curse I'm trying to break is the curse of this white man's idea on our black minds, bodies, and spirits.
Yeah, that was good, because you made what I said sound sexier. I like, when you say you're not you gotta be on superhero, but the way that you broke it down, because I believe in God too, but you can't just be like, oh God, hey, no. I need you to do this for me. I need you to do this, and then you still sitting. You still sitting. Like, all right, God said he gonna come through. No, trust me, it's gonna be ugly. You gonna be looking pursuit of happiness. You gonna be going through it. You ain't gonna get a check, but if you get up and walk and you work, do something productive, God gonna show up. It's 0.5 seconds left on the clock. 0.5. And you might need that paycheck. You might need the rent. Whatever it is, it's coming. It's right then and there. And I lived that over the summer, like of trusting God, but also putting in work. Because there's days where, like on the song by Tamla Man, God provides. Come on, you seem like you ain't got nothing. You don't want to do nothing. Come on, but you got to get up. You got to do something, and you can't wait around for somebody else. You can't wait. Oh well, God said he was gonna do. Yeah, he did, but he also said you should do something too. You ain't see Jesus just sitting around. He was actually in the field. So you got to be in the field and put in the work as well. That's a great conversation. Great conversation. Always a good conversation with you. And always something that I can take from, not just for the audience, but for myself as well. Tell people how they can reach you. And then I need an underdog quote.
Underdog quote. I gotta go, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give it what the people need, man. Gotta give it what they need. Loving yourself is a revolutionary action, and you are worth the revolution. Loving myself is a revolutionary action, and I am worth the revolution. To all the underdogs out there, repeat that to yourself every day when you rise and before you rest. How can you follow me? Type in Murdock, click on the black man.
I like that. Because I was on a podcast yesterday, and he's like, how can people reach you? Go to Google, type in Underdawg Talk, spell it UNDERDAWG. You'll see me.
Hey, like little bar on there. Okay, my brother.
Yeah, it's good to tell people that just Google me. And, a mugshot ain't coming up or anything of that sort.
Pray it don't.
So before we do get out of here, I want to promote my son's book, Youth Cheat Code.
Yes, sir.
If you got a kid, I would say probably elementary, maybe middle school, go on Amazon and grab you a copy. We will be having a book signing here. I have to put in the date. I have to, pencil in the date, but it'll be here at P30. Don't know the room location yet. And my book will be out this weekend. So it'll be for schools, educators. It's from underdog to the top dog, 7 steps of academic success. I'm going to work my way into getting in these schools because I kind of miss that. I miss getting into schools and being able to talk my talk. Never thought I would be I'll be a teacher or teach, because when you're a speaker, you teach, because I got the gift of gab too. But I guess that's what God, I was a kid. He do good in school, but he talk a little too much, and I guess that, it's turning into something good. So I look at kids different too. The kids that talk and a little behavior, like they're gonna be something special. Teacher, calm down. They'll be all right. But those are my 2 promos. Subscribe, like, share, leave a review. Underdawg Talk on any platform, YouTube, any audio, and send us out with a closing word. But not like the pastor that say, I got 5 minutes and it's 25 minutes, Yeah.
A restless people is a faithless people, my brother. A lot of us are out here experiencing anxiety and genuinely acting crazy because we have not received rest. Rest is essential to success. And so I would encourage people that if you consider yourself to be a person of faith and you're not resting, your faith is weak. If you are a person who seeks to achieve success but does not rest, you will never be at your best. And if you want to be at your best, get some rest. Because again, you will have to sacrifice something on your road to success. But the one thing you should never sacrifice is your rest. Hey, that was a bar, man.
And on that note, keep being great. Boom.